out in the offseason, but I want my man Lillard next to me.
Well, from a Milwaukee perspective, they had to do something because Chris Middleton's no longer Chris Middleton. And when you get to the end of these games, Giannis can't really, he's not the last shot guy, right? He doesn't even like going to the rim at the end because he's afraid to go to the free throw line. So it's got to be someone else taking that shot. Middleton's not what he was, and Holiday's not quite that guy. He's just not. He's a good offensive player. He's not great. You're not going to set anything up for him, to run anything for him in the last, minute or so. So they desperately needed that. The Bucks are hurt defensively, but they needed that guy. What surprised me about the deal, Gary, tremendously, is that they included Rob Williams. Because I think Rob Williams has been this exalted player, that he has just, constantly promoted to us as a future pillar and a game changer. And I buy some of this. He changes the game when he's on the floor defensively. That's a player I did not think they would be moving on from.
Yes, but Portland was not going to take Al Horford, okay? They wanted Williams. And as much as the Celtics wanted to keep Williams...
The Celtics offered Horford first, don't you think?
Yeah,
I could tell, listening to Horford today, it sounded like he was almost relieved.
Yeah, he was thrown out there first. Robert Williams, he's maybe good for the best case scenario, 55 games, maybe 60.
Wow.
If the Celtics really want to depend on that long term, like you could say, he's healthy now, but he's just had such a myriad of very strange injuries. So I don't think they could rely on him. They're always going to have somebody backing him up, and I just think it was to a point where this guy is the guy we want. He's going to play 75 games. Robert, as much as we like for him to play 80 games, 75 games, and be that pillar in the middle, we don't know if it's going to last because there's going to be a need. Remember in the playoffs, you had the elbow thing in the Miami series. Like, there's always something with Robert, and I don't think the Celtics could rely on him.
So here are the odds. The Bucks had moved ahead of the Celtics in the betting odds over the weekend, and the trade happened, and now it's all square with the Nuggets coming in both behind Milwaukee and Boston. So here's Tatum on the high expectations this season.
Is it pressure? Yeah. I mean, we got a really good team. We got really good players. People expect us to get to the championship and win, and we don't. We didn't necessarily meet expectations. It's a handful of teams each year that, realistically can probably win the championship, and we're in that mix. That's what we're aiming for, and that's what we should be aiming for.
The Celtics is the best team in the league.
Yeah, they're the best team in the league. They have the most talent. They're the best starting five. It's just a matter of carrying it out, staying healthy, and being consistent. And we'll see what happens in the playoffs. The playoff execution has been poor over the last couple of years. We'll see how Joe Mazzulla adjusts from year one to year two. He was kind of pompous and arrogant and bullheaded in some of his philosophies in his first year. Three-pointer dive. No, you got to throw the ball in the paint. You need Kristaps Porzingis, Drew Holiday. You hit mid-range jumpers. You have to be more tougher to guard than they were last year.
Do you worry that they're not defensive enough? They've given away too much defense and too much depth.
I do have a concern with the defense, but I also think there has to be more of an emphasis on defense. I think last year, I think Mazzulla said today, hey, I just didn't emphasize defense because I thought everybody knew to play it. Now he's got to emphasize defense. They have to be a better defensive team. They have to lock teams down. They're going to score. They're going to be fun to watch. Tatum and Brown are going to go off, and Porzingis, when he's healthy, is going to do well. They have to lock teams down and win the tough games. I worry about the close games against the Miamis and the teams that know them, the coaches like Spoelstra who have coached circles around Mazzulla in the past.
Yeah, but he has coached circles around Mazzulla and others, Spoelstra has. But now you got a guy like Drew Holiday who can be a playmaker and kind of calm you down a little bit. They never had that. Never had that at the point guard spot. And the guy with the ball all the time was Jason Tatum. And he was fine, but you need a point guard in that situation. And you need a big man. Like we saw in the NBA Finals, when Spoelstra tried to do that to the Nuggets, okay, Jokic just come out and be like, okay, I'm a big man. Okay, you're going to give this to me, give me all this space, I'll shoot it. And they had to come out of that zone. So you've got guys now who can kind of disrupt what Spoelstra's trying to do. I think they are the best team in the East by far. And if Jason Tatum improves even 5%, by 5%, forget it. It's over. If he improves by 5%, it's over. They're the best team in the league easily. I think he's got MVP.
This has to be the year Tatum says, this is my MVP. This is my year.
This is it.
Like, nobody on the best MF on the floor every night. That's what he has to think. That's what he has to go into. He's done all the working out. He's done all what he needs to do. This should be his year. He should be insulted if he's not top 1 or 2 MVP voting.
Here's the rotation right now, and that's what it looks like going into the year. You see Horford, Porzingis with Derek White, and then it gets really thin. I don't care. I think fans around here overrate the depth. Every year, Mike, we got to hear about, Lou Cornett and Sam Hauser and Semi Ojeley. Just go down the line of like the Celtics fans. Love these 7th, 8th,
Good luck.
9th, 10th guys.
Good luck.
Just love them, and
I think
they're really not a
it's
factor
the
in
best
winning
thing
championships or not. They can help you keep,
in
stay
the
fresh
National
during the regular season.
Basketball
I'm not worried
Association.
about the depth. Defense is a factor.
I think yes.
Coaching.